Hey guys, so before getting into the episode, I've been shown an announcement by Spotify for Podcasters, which is the platform I'm using to host my podcast. They announced that, and before I mention this anymore, this is currently speculative. I'm not sure how it's going to go down. It's all new to me. I'm trying to get my head wrapped around this. So, Spotify for Podcasters and Riverside.fm have been doing a partnership for since 2022. That's 2 years now. And they just said by the start of June, all of the native podcasting, editing, and recording tools on Spotify for Podcasters will no longer exist, and instead, people hosting Spotify for Podcasters are going to be using Riverside.fm. Now, this is from my experience, and I know people who've used River FM have said great things about it, and seen great things about Riverside FM myself. However, there are just some things that I have to address for myself in terms of my experience. When I started using River FM for one of my guests, a couple years ago, there were a couple of technical issues, and I was not able to transfer that recording on Riverside.fm onto Spotify for Podcasters, which back then was called Anchor, one of the two. And hearing the partnership, I have a couple of concerns. Now, I'm excited to have access to the quality tools of Riverside FM for quality podcast recordings in the future, but of course I have concerns. Firstly, will the issues I had with Riverside FM the first time round will also carry on after June first week commencing? And second thing, which is actually very, very big, the recordings I have put onto the library of Spotify for Podcasters before the collaboration merger. From what they said, Spotify for Podcasters, everything that you could do in terms of creating your own episodes and storing the recordings on Spotify for Podcasters, that's all going to go away. Instead, you have to rely on Riverside FM to do all that. The Spotify for Podcasters only be used for distribution, management, monetization, etc. The more administrative side of things. If the episodes I recorded between now until June have not been released by June, I don't think these episodes would be released, because I am not sure how this collaboration between Spotify for Podcasters and Riverside.fm is going to go down. Again, this is all new to me. I'm still trying to get my head around this, and I'm not sure if I could continue with doing the podcast, whether it be the Alone Show or the Opinionistics. I would want to test out Riverside.fm before the merger to see if the issues I had first time round are still persistent, and if it's possible to transfer recordings between Riverside FM to Spotify Podcasters before the merger. I do feel like the two platforms would fix the transfer of recordings swiftly once June comes around. However, for now, I'm just not sure how I'm going to be able to adapt or cope with these changes, or how the recordings I got on Spotify for Podcasters are going to be used after June or July, or when the merger happens and all of the library stuff on Spotify for Podcasters is just gone. So I am not sure. If nothing is fixed in the issues with Riverside.fm, or if I am unable to record or transfer any of my recordings to Spotify for Podcasters for the Alone Show or Opinionistics, I don't think the two podcasts could continue. So this is all heads up for all of you who may be unaware of the situation or what I'm going through. However, if it is the end, I must say it's been an honor. It's been a pleasure doing podcast works and talking with Americans, Canadians, Brits, a couple of Irish perhaps, people in Europe, South America, rest of the Americas, Africa, Asia, and a couple of Australians too. It has been an honor doing podcast works. And honestly, it's quite sad if nothing is going to be fixed or resolved, or if I'm unable to continue doing podcasting, if there's going to be obstacles with the new collaboration between Riverside.fm and Spotify for podcasters. However, with that being said, enjoy the moment we have. Hopefully it all's worthwhile, and on with the episode.
Goedenavond.
How are you doing?
Fabulous.
All right. Yo, so how's the weather where you're at?
It's actually all right. It's not sunny or bright, but it is decent. It's starting to get warmer.
All right, well that's good. Yeah, it's pretty cold over here. It was sunny earlier, but then, you know, now it's cloudy, but for the most part it's pretty good. Not gonna lie, I have not done anything productive at all today. I've mostly just been in bed.
Ah, all right then.
Yeah, but then again, I don't complain about that when it's on a weekend. I don't really say anything when it's on a weekend because it's a weekend. So but yeah, no, trying to find something, but it's hard out here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but you sent something in the chat. You said something in the chat about the Rock, and I'm just disappointed.
Yeah. I mean, it's not just The Rock. It's many famous A-list celebrities. They're all
Yeah,
in on it, but you wouldn't know that because if people knew about it, firstly, they would be very concerned. Secondly, that would be outrageous. And then thirdly, they'll put an end to the industry that made them famous in the first place.
all I'm gonna say about the Rock is this, man. Like, look, if it comes out, is WWE just gonna cut him off for good, cut him from history, and stop showing his highlights and all that stuff?
Well,
It's like
I guess so.
I would hope so. Otherwise, I would hope so. But yeah, I mean, I don't want him to fall. I don't want him to fall, but at the same time, man, he did it to himself. I mean, he's a pedophile.
He knows what to get himself into.
True. I wonder, does he also use that stuff on his face to preserve his youth?
What do you mean?
You know how celebrities say they use baby foreskins to and they put it on.
Oh,
Yeah, that.
I hope not.
Yeah,
But
honestly,
I wouldn't be surprised if he did though.
yeah. I mean, the only thing he really does is just clean shave because, I guess there's no beating. I guess there's no beating gray hair. You can preserve your youth, but you can also there's no beating looking older if you have like gray hair. So it is what it is. I would hope he
Yeah.
doesn't. I would hope he doesn't do that either. But pretty much in the video, he was pretty much telling us what he did.
Yeah, he literally said it, and there's video proof of it. There's no denying it at this point.
I didn't even know that video existed.
Neither did I. But now we know.
Yep, now we know. But dang, it's just tough out here, man. It really is tough. But for the most part,
I'd be astonished if there's still people, despite seeing what they've seen, everything is literally said in the open, and then they still support him anyway. That'd be genuinely concerning.
wait, what'd you say?
It'd be astonishing that after the things he says about you know what, and awful things that potentially he has openly said on video, if there's still people supporting him and other celebrities that do similar actions anyway, that'd be concerning.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, no, it's definitely extremely concerning because, like, here's the thing, man. It's like no matter, even if the Epstein people are so desensitized by like everything that's going on in the world. It's like you know once the Epstein list actually does come out, no one is gonna care. They're gonna still continue to keep watching these celebrities and supporting them blindly, seeing the list, be like, okay,
Okay, whatever. On with our
yeah.
lives.
That's probably how they're gonna. That's probably also the part of how they're going to introduce pedophilia, because for the because yeah, like they're desensitizing people so much to not caring about like pedophiles and like how sick it is that like they're like once they expose the list, it's not gonna seem like that big of a deal.
Like we've seen stuff happening that's very concerning and questionable. So, well, what else is new? Says the people.
Exactly. They're not even gonna care about sex trafficking either.
It is so sad that stuff like that has become so normalized.
Yeah, honestly, it really is. But you know, I can't say it's gonna get better. It's only gonna get worse from here. I
So
can't. Pre-
it's only if we stay where we are, and instead of just building up our wealth and escape to a whole new terrain, that's where the modernization and the progressiveness doesn't affect us in even the allowance and bits and whatever.
Honestly, I had an old I saw an old classmate's an old schoolmate's video. He said something about it. He's like, what's going on in the world. He's like, wouldn't it be nice to have a cabin and just walk outside and just like look around with none of this no with none of this noise. I'm like, yeah, that would be really nice.
Yeah,
Which is why I would like to buy a prop. I really would like to buy a physical property and build my own house, or it can have a house of its own, and I can just like somehow improvise on the house and make it better.
yeah,
The point is, I want it to be mine. Like, I just want it to be mine. I want to own it.
yes,
At least because here's the thing. In reality, we're running out of time. We do not have that much time left. I mean, even a lot of people say like, this is your last chance to get rich. This is your last chance to like to like actually own something before everything is taken away from you. But yeah, for the most part, yeah, no, I mean, this is honestly the best. This is the best time to like be making some form of money, investing it, growing it. But it's like not a lot of people is gonna make it out though. That's the sad part.
yeah. They'll be stuck in the Matrix prison for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, and like people who believe in righteous things, uh, they might be doomed too. Because like if they don't comply, they're just gonna be thrown in prison.
Yeah,
So, but like for the most part, it's just tough out here. Like these are, I would give us I would give us until 2030 to act. I would give like when it comes to actually making money and getting away from it all. I would say the time frame I want to be optimistic about this, and I would say we have until 2030 to actually make something and get out of it
yes,
before it's too late.
exactly.
Like bro, which is why I'm looking at some properties now. Now I can't afford it, but
Yet,
yet I can't afford it yet, but definitely some interesting definitely some interesting properties like in other places in New York outside of the city
oh yeah,
because I'll be honest for the most part I already said I wouldn't leave New York. I would just go somewhere else that's probably near the countryside in New York or just somewhere secluded, somewhere where it's peaceful. I would just need a car. That's about it.
yeah.
But even I'll be honest, I'm thinking of getting it. Personally, me, I don't know. I'm thinking of like just buying an old car and fixing it up myself. Because once again, at least I'll own it.
Yeah.
But yeah, But yeah, so Riss was talking about an anime where they were fat shaming.
Dang, that's crazy.
Plus size elf anime has Western pigs freaking out over fat shaming.
Oh no, the tragedy. Goodness me.
Are you talking about the thumbnail or like
Yeah,
when? Yeah,
mainly the
no.
thumbnail, but yeah.
I'll be honest. There's probably only one good thing about the thumbnail, but I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say anything. Anyways,
It is what it is,
yeah, it
and
is what
people
it
know
is.
it.
Yeah, pretty much. I'll be honest. I probably might want to check that anime out. Actually, it might be good. It's been a while since I've watched any real animes, man. Because I don't know. There's just most of the animes that people are telling you to watch are just. I'm not gonna say that they're bad, but they're overhyped.
Mid.
You've watched some of them before?
No, I'm just saying that anime now these days are just mid
Yeah.
at best.
Yeah, no, for the most part, it's just mid. I mean, yeah, most animes are just mid. I mean, like, I don't really watch I can't even call myself a real anime person, because I just don't watch any animes. Modern animes. I watch some sci-fis and some animes, but like, I'm very picky on what animes I watch because, like, it's like I don't know, if it's something that just seems overhyped, then I'm probably not gonna watch it.
Yeah, makes sense.
I think some people called me a hipster for that because it's like, I think some people called me a hipster. I think one person called me a hipster at one point because it's like you don't really like following the trends. You just like doing
You find
something
your own groove.
pretty much. Yeah. So
Fair enough.
I'm like, yeah, maybe I am a hipster.
Yeah, I'd say the same. I don't follow the trends. I make them.
Well, I can't say I make the trends, but I mean, yeah, but for the most part, yeah, like I don't really follow like most trends because it's like I just don't care to. Some people just don't. Some people don't do it on purpose. Some people do it on purpose. They don't follow trends on purpose just to be different. But some people do it on purpose. But yeah, you know, if it's some if it's something that looks interesting, I'm gonna follow it if it's popular in the mainstream and it's interesting. I'm gonna follow it, obviously. But everything is just mid, either mid or just not good.
Meh.
Yeah. But speaking of which, I'll be honest. Outside of anime, I've not been able to find any interesting shows to watch.
Yeah, I
It's
haven't
like
found
they're,
much anyway.
huh?
I haven't found much else to watch anyway, because, yeah.
Yeah, it's like nothing. They're not making anything revolutionary or anything good. It's like, okay, fine, cool, but it is what it is, man. Like for the most part, I just really want. Eh,
Just put things together and find what sticks.
yeah, I don't just want to keep rewatching old shows, because
I
that
mean,
would
yeah,
get
they're great, but we need something new these days. That's just like,
exactly.
yeah.
Plus, I'll get sick of it. I at least need like a year or I at least need a year away from that show after I watch it because it's like it's like look whether or like a couple years away from the show if I watch it because it's like if I repeatedly watch it because I repeatedly watch it I repeatedly watch Ed and A in the past when they were still uploading episodes to YouTube, and I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't sick of it, but I wasn't willing to watch it again unless it was in a reaction form. Unless someone was reacting to it, I was not willing to watch every episode again because I've watched every episode.
Ah.
But yeah, what else is in the news?
Well, I've looked at a video on Instagram Reels, and the houses in London and Dubai are absolutely crazy.
Wow.
So, an apartment in London will get you about $749,000. However, if you get like Oasis, I'm not gonna say palace, but it's like a massive 4 or 5 story mansion in somewhere in the oasis with his own oasis kind of ish place in the terrain. Like there's lots of land. It's not just subject to one room. It's like a couple square miles of land and a couple of oasis pools. That would cost you $250,000 in Dubai.
Really?
Yes.
200 and wait, hold on. So the land that you're talking about is more expensive in the UK than in Dubai.
Yeah. For one apartment in London is 3 times the price than a 4 or 5 story oasis style mansion in Dubai.
If that ain't a ripoff, man, I don't know what is, bro. Come on now.
That's nah. At this point, I'd rather get UAE citizenship. I'm in it for the benefits. They they know what they're doing. If there's better stuff over there than anywhere in the Western world, that is just embarrassing.
It really is, man, and it's cheaper.
Exactly.
Like I can get land for cheap, and it can be nice.
Yes.
Sounds like a good deal to me.
It's like you're a millionaire, but except you're in a country that is out of Western influence.
Dubai to an extent is probably influenced by it a little bit, but not as much.
Nah.
Yeah, I can't say the Western influence is as heavy there, but I do believe that in other countries, the Western influence is there. It's just not as strong.
Dubai is tourist friendly. However, they do have like their own traditional cultural values around the entire nation in other places.
Yeah, and they probably don't, and yeah, they probably also don't let illegal immigrants in their country.
Yeah,
Like
they've I thought a lot about that one for sure.
yeah, like for the most part. That's also what's ruining. That's also what's ruining our country. You know, we're letting too many people in without a citizenship. I mean, like, look. Look. I get that you want to live the American dream or the UK dream or any dream, but
There
become
isn't
legal.
enough space for everyone.
Yeah, I can sympathize the one. I can sympathize with the ones who have kids. But if you're by yourself, bro, go back.
I mean,
Go back.
you can work in the country, but we want to make sure that you have enough money to have a sustainable living back in your own country, like that which you would get that you wouldn't get anywhere else.
Exactly.
Of
Exactly.
course, in other countries in the Middle East. Now, I know there's human rights concern about the system, but the only thing that they do well that other nations don't is like they only bring foreigners for the purpose of providing work. They get paid for their work and they can go back to their country. If all countries in the Western world have this kind of system, we would not have this kind of problem.
Paying foreigners for the sake of work. Then once the work is done, like contracted work.
Yeah, it's like it's called being an expat. So
Hmm,
there's like you're getting temporary contracted work, and with the ability to go back to your home country.
yeah, bringing bread. Yeah, I mean,
But
so
and of
what
course
we
they can come back to the country, get paid for that work they do again and again, and the cycle continues.
okay.
The best part is, regardless of how little they get paid, the fact that the country they're working in has the currency in the country they're working in is much more valuable than their home country's domestic currency. I think that's good enough to
Yeah,
them
so,
to have a much better living than they would normally get in their home country.
yeah, but would they have free housing when they get here, or like would they come back and forth to their country?
That's a good question. I think at first parts of their expenses will be covered, but once they have enough of a paid from their work, I think it is expected for them to manage their finances for themselves. Because of course,
Oh, Oh, okay. So like we would be pretty much bringing them in, like managing it for them, like pretty much bringing them in and out, in and out, in and out. Once they if they're needed.
Yeah, for at least for the first few months or years. Once they have enough pay, they could. They surely enough, it is
Hmm.
expected that everyone can be trusted to manage the finances and
You know,
provide more of their work.
I have an idea.
Yeah,
Maybe if they do a good enough job, they can earn their citizenship.
yeah,
You know what? Yeah, that's a good. I think
that's
that's a
a
good.
great idea.
Yeah. May like look. Let's say like we bring them in from another country. We pay for their expenses the first couple of months, and if they do a good enough job, they can earn their citizenship. They can just skip the paperwork. People will do the paperwork for them. They can skip the paperwork. They can skip the hard parts. They can earn their citizenship by working.
Yeah,
And the,
by contributing to the nation they're working in.
yeah, because if they're contributing to the nation that they're working in, which is the United States, then they can earn their citizenship. They'd be like, all right, if like if they've been working there, if they like how about this? If they do a good enough job and their contract is extended, and then to the point where they get full time work, I would say like we can think about like giving them citizenship.
Yeah,
Okay, or maybe at first it can start as contracted work, then
yeah,
you know probably for like I would say for a couple of months and see how they do but then then if they do a good enough job, you'll extend it for another couple of months, and then eventually or just give them a year or two to see if, or just like extend it for a year. Then after a year you can decide whether or not if you want to like permanently hire them, and then once you permanently hire them, that's how they can earn their citizenship.
yeah. Fabulous.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. That's a good idea, actually. I like that.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, there's two ways. Either you come back and forth to the country and earn your citizenship by working for the country that you're contributing to, or you can just do the paperwork.
Yeah, either or.
Yeah, the choice is yours.
Yes, exactly.
And I'm pretty sure most immigrants are willing to work, so I mean, they're willing to earn their citizenship that way. It's going to be hard. It's going to be grueling, but
It will be worth it.
exactly, especially if you're contributing to the country.
Yes.
But we would obviously get a background check of them to see if they're. Yeah, no, like we would also like background check them to see if they have any criminal records or like have any like any form of like records like that would be a threat to the country. But if they're not a threat, we'll bring them in, see how they do for a couple months, then extend their contract to a year, and then after a year, and then after that year, we'll or 2 years actually, or like either 1 or 2 years, we'll give them citizenship. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Plus, it's another way to like truly see if you're all about America or whatever other country or like any other country you want to live in. If you're all about that country,
Yeah.
you should probably write that down too.
Yeah. That's a great idea.
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna type it in right now. Hold on. All right, it's typed down. Like I'm probably gonna put it in the chat later. But
Cool.
yeah, so, like I'll be honest, I'm not even sure if Risk is gonna get that notification though, because he needs to update his app, bro.
Yeah.
Like he needs to update his app because it's like I don't know. It's like I don't think you get notifications if you don't update your app.
Exactly.
But yeah, for the most part, that's a great idea. Like earning citizenship by work
Yes.
by working for the country by working for the country that you want to be a part of. You know,
Yes.
actually, that should be a job listing. Be like, do you want to earn a citizenship? Then do this specific job. Do this specific job, or join the army or something like that.
Yeah.
All right,
That's right.
I'm probably not gonna say join the army, but it's gonna actually no, it'll be an option for people who actually do want to join the army, but it's not gonna be mandatory.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah, it's like other jobs obviously gonna be like you want to earn a citizenship, then like do this job. It'll probably be like a basic job, like a factory job or something. But it's like it'll earn you some citizenship, and on top of that, you'd be contributing to the country and making it a better place with like your hard work and your work ethic. And yeah, um, I would say like that would be not only good for us but good for the people
Absolutely.
of not only our country but like of other countries too, because they're gonna be getting
Yes.
jobs. They get to feed their families, and like
And
yeah,
it, and they're gonna have a good enough pay wage to like cover other costs that they they originally wanted, but they couldn't because they didn't have the wage to cover that before.
yeah, exactly. I'm looking at a post where the BLM movement, where this woman had her face had a black fist on it, and she was fat.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm just laughing at it.
Okay.
Uh, people are saying 2020 had to be a skit.
Yeah.
It really did have it might have been.
I guess so, yeah. I always keep telling people 2020 is the best movie I've ever watched in my life.
Yeah. Is that where you got is that where you got the concept of like life's a movie?
Oh no, it was something that every year at the start of a new year, say 2020 season, and then whatever the last number is of the 2020s, indicating that we're in a series as a progression from 2020 the movie. So 2020 season 1 would be 2021, 2022, 2020 season 2, 2023 would be the third season of 2020, and now we're in season 4 of 2020, which is 2024.
Okay, got you. So season 2024.
Yeah.
uh I'm looking at this guy right now who put two forks in a toaster.
And I wonder what on earth he was thinking when he did that. That cannot be safe.
Yeah, no, most people do things for views, man. It's just sad.
Yeah.
Honestly, I remember back in the old days where we didn't even have fun. Why is Calvinism trending?
Calvinism.
Yeah, another. It's pretty much another sect of Christianity. It was invented by John Calvin.
Hmm. Okay.
Actually, it's not even a sector. I don't think it's really that much of a sector of Christian. Well, no, it is, but it's
It's
not.
not. It's not official.
Yeah, it's not official. Like there are people who call themselves Calvinists, and
They
yeah,
just want to be different.
yeah, but I they also believe that there's an elect. I kind of agree with that. I kind of agree with that actually, but I'm not a Calvinist. I agree with some, but I don't agree with all of what they say.
Yeah.
And frankly, not gonna lie, I think I just last year I figured out what that was, because here's the thing. Yeah, there was this YouTuber named Young Don who's calling himself a Calvinist, and I'm like, bro, what's a Calvinist? And I'm like, huh,
Huh.
okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, but it was interesting. I agree with some, but I don't agree with all. Like, I'm willing to be convinced though, but I don't agree. I don't agree with all of what they say. But I'll look at the hashtag. I'll look at the hashtag a little bit later. Anyways, what else is in the news? Let me.
Oh, there is one story that's been going around all over social media for last week or two. It's such a big deal.
What is it?
Have you heard of a YouTuber called Verbal Ace?
Verbal Ace.
He's a well-known beatboxer on the internet. His most well-known video is him beatboxing to the Tetris theme song.
Let me see if I probably Verbal Ace. I don't think I've heard of them.
Okay, so for the last few years, he's been doing a series called Cartoon Beatbox Battles, where there's like animated cartoon characters doing a beatbox battle against each other.
Oh wait, hold on. I probably. Oh, okay. Verbal. Okay, cartoon with beatboxing.
Yeah.
Now that sounds a bit familiar.
Yes.
I probably didn't know his name, but that definitely sounds a bit familiar now.
Yes. So what's really getting the spark is that Verbal Ace has spent $50,000 to animate a soft corn fan flick of him and an animated character of a show that until now has not existed yet. And it got me thinking, I feel this is some kind of publicity stunt. I was at first I was some kind of thoughts, but until someone actually said it, yeah, this is definitely a publicity stunt.
Wait, so he did that for publicity? Wait, what? I'm confused. Like, say that again.
Okay, Verbal Ace has spent $50,000 to animators to animate a soft corn fan flick song between him and an animated character from a show that which until now has not even came out yet.
Why? That sounds so stupid.
Yeah. At first, people were like, nah, that's just wild. Why would he spend that much money to make an animated song about him fantasizing about some animation character? Like, at what cost did it have to take for him to lose his reputation and that so much money? And here's the thing, he is married, he has kids, and the person that voiced that character in that animated song short has reacted and was like, this is so weird. I am So yeah, it's mad. It's absolutely wild.
First off, you're married. You have kids. What are you doing? Like, if I was his wife, I would have probably divorced him then and there. Cause like, bro, what are you doing? You have a wife. What are you fantasizing about anime characters for?
Yeah, and here's the thing: most of Verbal Ace's fan base are children, literal children. I don't know how else to tell you that.
Like, bro, if you want to use your right hand, man, like just get a divorce. Just have sex with your wife.
It's so wild. I can't comprehend what I just witnessed.
Unless his wife doesn't love him, then shoot. That's still no reason to pay money for. That's still no reason to pay that much money for that though. But come on, man. The West is doomed. Like, bro,
Yeah.
how are you married and you're doing that and fantasizing about an anime character?
There has to be something that made him do the things that he's done. That he can't possibly do what he just done all for nothing. There has to be some reward in the end that he would expect to get from doing that.
You know, there is one reward.
And what would that be?
His satisfaction.
Well, yes, that's one of them. Or he could be getting a much bigger pay from the said show, which the character is from, to doing this so-called publicity stunt that one creator on TikTok has pointed out. That's the only logical
There's no reward.
way.
There's no reward in this. There's really no reward when it comes to this. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is just an L. Like, bro, get a real woman. I'm not gonna say cheat on you. I'm not gonna say cheat on your wife. But, bro, either sleep with your wife or get a divorce, man. Like, come on, that's just sad.
It's so unfortunate.
Really is unfortunate for the most part. And yeah, I mean, like, bro, men are doomed. Man. Like, how are you married and doing this, man? That's what I want to know.
So he lost his reputation. He's lost $50,000 paying animators to make the animation, and possibly his wife and kids after knowing what he's just done. And probably his fan base too, because, you
Hey, man,
know, very, very young.
prepare for your kids to lose respect for you, bro. If you want your kids to lose respect for you, that's how they can lose respect for you. That's
Yep.
how they can lose respect for you. You beating off to anime porn. You should have left that middle school. At least I think that's when most kids were what most kids were doing. You should have left that in middle school or high school or I don't know, bro. Anime, I like anime too, but it's not that big of a deal for me to like make like a whole animation on it, nor pay people to do it. Come on, man. But hey, man, I guess like whatever like he likes, man. I mean, hey, it's his money. It's not ours. So I'm just saying, bro. You have a wife and kids. Don't you get satisfaction from that?
It is what it is. It was what it was.
Yeah. But yeah, is there anything else in the news?
Uh, not
Hmm.
sure I've mentioned this already. That two friends from Newcastle and Birmingham both met up in Malaga, Spain, because they said it was cheaper to fly there than taking the train between the two cities.
Huh? Really?
Yeah, if you were taking the train in the UK, it would cost you £100. However, just to take a flight from wherever they were to Malaga, the total cost, total, not one way, £75.
Wow, 75 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And
So,
people say that they want to eliminate the amount of planes flying in the sky. So, what does this tell you? If people don't want people to go on planes because it's causing so much pollution, why is it cheaper to take a plane than to take a train? If anything, it would be more quote eco-friendly to just take a train or electric cars. But not many people would go for that because there's faults in that, which not many people have noticed until it's too late.
you said not many people want to go for electric cars?
I'm not saying people would go for electric cars, but if they do, they have to realize the battery is going to explode. It's going to slit into flames, and yeah, there's a couple hundred grand down the drain.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. I can't disagree with that. Hmm.
Uh, If they want, if they want sustainable energy for transportation, they must put into research for hydrogen or maybe something called ethanol, which is like something from sugar canes. You can grow sugar canes really fast and extract something from the sugar canes and make that into fuel for cars. That's actually happened in Brazil, and I'd say it's actually pretty impressive. It is renewable, sustainable, and it can easily be grown at a rapid rate. Well, rapid-ish, depending on wherever. But yeah,
Rapidish.
yeah.
So, how many dividends have you made?
I'll have to check. I've made a decent amount, more so in the last few months.
Oh, nice.
I'll check it right now. Stupid na 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 na. So, right now, uh, my total amount of dividends I made was £35 and 71 pence out of a portfolio of £636 and 18 pence.
Okay, nice.
And on another platform, which is centric to cryptocurrencies, my all-time rewards is $100.57 with a portfolio value of $569.31 and cents.
Wow. Wow, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, I made more dividends out of $569 as opposed to 630 something pounds on another platform that's mainly stocks heavy.
You said it's mainly from stocks?
Yeah, so 630 something pounds figure comes from a platform called Trading 212, which is a platform where you can trade, buy, and sell stocks. I made a total of £35 dividends from the £630 value, whilst another platform called Bake, which is heavily cryptocurrency, I made $100 out of $569 value portfolio.
Ah, that's impressive.
Yeah,
Let's see what else is in the news. Misfits 12. That happened already?
I don't know, maybe.
Oh yeah, I used to watch Fox the G. Or Townley. When, the whole Misfits thing was kind of. Oh yeah, I used to watch this kid. How old is he now? Probably 18. Anyways, Luke Litter meeting KSI. I don't care. I don't care. I just
Yeah,
don't care.
he is so last decade.
What do you think of KSI right now?
Probably doing some boxing related stuff or Prime. Well, he's doing something along
Have,
those two, but
I'll
nothing
be
else.
I'll be honest. Have you tried Prime?
No,
I'll be honest. I tried the blueberry one. It was terrible.
the hype is artificial.
It didn't taste like blueberry at all.
It's more blue than the berry.
It's not even blue.
It's just ish.
They said it was blueberry. It wasn't even blue.
Oh, that's bad. By the way, this looks like a job for a plumtrician.
What?
Yeah, there's this video a couple of days ago. There's water spurting out a plug socket, and if you put the prongs along the water that's leaking out, uh, one of the appliances that touches that liquid or water-ish liquid, it just turns on. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, no, that's that's crazy.
There's literal fluids pouring out of socket. You put the prongs and it just turns on through the liquid.
Now that is kind of crazy.
And people are like, do we call a plumber or electrician? Why not both? A plumtrician. So yeah.
Or shoot. Yeah, no, I'll be honest. It's kind of confusing on what to call. You'd have to call both, and you'd honestly have to call both ultimately, man. It's like it's just, for the most part, it's kind of a slippery slope. A plumtrician. Uh, huh. What's on Ye's Kanye stories? Ugh. No, no, no. Kanye posts the weirdest stuff. He posts this weird. I guess that's I guess that's the only thing that makes him creative. He posts weird stuff, and his wife is half. I'm probably gonna go now, cause all right, never mind. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
All right then.
Oh no, not off here, not off here. I mean, like off his Instagram.
Oh yeah, of the platform.
Yeah, cause bro's posting mad photos of his wife.
Yeah.
She looks good though, but yeah,
Yeah.
I would not.
Absolutely not.
I would not purposely post my wife half naked. That's
Neither
him.
would I.
That's him though, but you know, this type of behavior is why we have the women we have today. This type of behavior is why we have the people we have. We have the society we have today.
Yes.
Our society is so over sexualized that, you know, you have women and some young girls who think it's okay to dress like that. And I say some because I'm not really sure like how many. So, you know, but for the most part, yeah, no. And yeah, they're the same people who complain about the fact that they don't get no respect. The same people.
Same.
Yeah, it's like, you complain you don't get respect, but you're not respectable. That's the problem. Come on. What else can I find other than KSI Misfits? Orange. Chris Brown. I don't really care about Chris Brown.
I feel sorry for Generation Alpha
Why is that? I mean,
because,
I do
well, the
too.
thing. Go on.
I was gonna say I do too, but I wanna like hear your reason. I was just gonna say that.
Well, the thing is, their humor and the things they watch is anything but alpha. In fact, another term related has started to lose its meaning because Generation Alpha children are saying these terms ever so often. It's losing a substance.
Honestly, yeah. I feel bad for them. I feel bad for them too. Because yeah, their humor is like you said, their humor is anything but alpha. Their behavior is anything but alpha. The way they look is anything but alpha. Like, what's alpha about them?
Yeah,
You okay?
yeah, I can't comprehend that.
But yeah, no, the main point is like, there's really nothing alpha about Gen Alpha.
Yeah, like Generation Alpha children has reported to have one of the lowest literacy ratings of all people in the US.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
you heard about that?
Oh yeah. I also heard like, their grades are terrible in schools.
Oh my, yeah.
Yeah, I saw a video about that too. It's like in America, they're great. They're failing. Like their grades are worse than ours. Ours. You know what's crazy? They're probably still gonna pass school too because they don't want a nation of smart people. They want a nation of people who are
Workers.
a nation of workers who are easy to control. They don't want us educated. They're
That is
probably
so
still
sad.
they're probably still gonna pass school anyways and go to college thinking they're smart, but in reality they're not smart.
And here's the real kicker. If they want if these Generation Alpha children at any point about to graduate high school or in college or wanting to go to a US university or any university around the world, the moment they apply and given what they've known, I would not be surprised that some of these soon to be children or future children of the future
Or
they don't get in because the standards of US education has dropped so low that they can't read at a basic level. That is scary.
yeah. So and like I'm gonna say this too. It's probably not even a big deal to get into Yale anymore. It probably won't even be that big of a deal to get into Yale anymore eventually. I don't even know if it's a big deal now.
It still is now, but in the next few years, once Gen Alpha children get to an age they're about to go to university, it having those kind of people entering an institution in the US or anywhere around the world, it loses its meaning compared to other countries. And here's the thing: the only place we never hear stories like that is somewhere in Asia, like Far Eastern Asia, like Japan, China, South Korea.
Yeah, this
Their
is
their education is at the top. They can get to wherever place they want,
yeah,
and
this
they
is
would make a huge majority of university student numbers.
Yeah, this is literally only a Western or American thing, or
Yeah,
American.
it's a Western problem.
Yeah, just like I'll be honest. I heard in a video where it's like in Africa, they don't even. I don't think they even call each other black because
It's normal there.
Africans can like range from black, white, pretty much whoever's from Africa is African automatically because they're from Africa. It's like it's not it's not a problem because it's just normal.
And of course, there are other subcategories, even if it's somewhat similar skin color. There's different categories on facial structure, and I'm not sure what else that would be categorized, but yeah, there's many categories under various ethnicities and races.
Exactly. Like they don't have this problem in I don't think they really have this problem in Africa. It's just simply a Western thing. It's a Western problem, and it's a problem that I would like to overcome, but I don't think we will overcome it because I'm not gonna lie. I also saw this one other video where it's like, I think it was from George's podcast. He said like we have it so good that we get to complain about the littlest things, about just anything. It's like there are real people struggling, but we have it so good that we get to that we all we have to complain about
It's the
is
littlest of things.
right, exactly. Fat shaming, gender ideology, all that stuff. He didn't say all that, but like pretty much is like those are some of the littlest things that I believe that we complain about with privilege and with pride because we're not going through it at all. Like we are so bored that we complain about that stuff. Like people just want things to complain about. Wouldn't you agree? Hello.
Hello?
Oh wait, did you hear me?
Oh, yes, I heard you, but I'm not sure if it was a question or you were just saying something.
Oh yeah, no, I said it if you agreed or not.
Yeah, I do agree. It's very sad and concerning and scary too.
Yeah, but for the most part, it is what it is, man. I mean, like you either move somewhere else where it's not a problem, or you just stay there, or you just stay here and deal with it.
Be stuck in the matrix with everyone else for the rest of your life.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. But hey,
I think St. Helena would be a great place for me to move to. It's great weather all year round, and the people on that island are very, very nice.
you
It's
said where?
exactly the place. St. Helena, it's a British overseas territory in the South Atlantic Ocean.
Hey, man. Whatever beats the West, man. Like I say, do it.
Yes, it's a dream destination for me.
Yeah, I mean, like if it's nice and there's nice people and like and the problems that are here aren't there, then I say go.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much it for this episode.